Have you ever found yourself humming a tune, only to realize it's not just any song, but the theme from a movie scene so deeply ingrained in your memory, it surfaces unbidden? Or perhaps you've used a line from a film in everyday conversation, not even realizing its origin until someone points it out. Cinema, more than just moving pictures, is a powerful force that shapes our culture, our conversations, and even our inner thoughts. But within this vast ocean of films, certain moments transcend mere entertainment and become iconic. Resonating across generations and cultures, these aren't just good scenes. They're cinematic landmarks. But what makes a scene truly iconic? Is it the breathtaking visuals, the perfectly delivered line, the emotional depth, or perhaps a combination of all these elements, amplified by the film's overall impact? That's the question we'll be exploring as we delve into the top 10 most iconic scenes in movie history. This isn't a definitive list etched in stone, but rather a curated selection representing a diverse range of genres, styles, and emotional landscapes. We're not just ranking them, we're dissecting them, understanding the artistry and the alchemy that transformed fleeting moments into enduring cultural touchstones. Think about the sheer volume of films released every year. Thousands upon thousands of hours of footage, yet only a handful of scenes manage to break through the noise and lodge themselves into the collective consciousness. Why do some scenes fade into obscurity while others become instantly recognizable, endlessly quoted, and endlessly parodied? Is it luck, timing, or a more deliberate and masterful application of cinematic techniques? We'll be examining the specific elements that contribute to a scene's iconic status. From the camera angles and lighting to the performances and the score, we will explore how these scenes tap into universal human emotions, fears, and aspiration. A truly iconic scene doesn't just entertain, it resonates. It speaks to something deep within us, reflecting our shared experiences and anxieties back at us in a way that feels both familiar and profound. It's about the human condition, distilled into a few powerful minutes of screen time. This journey isn't just for film buffs or cinephiles. It's for anyone who has ever been moved by a movie, anyone who has ever felt a connection to a character or a story. Anyone who has ever wondered about the magic that makes the silver screen so captivating. It's an exploration of the power of storytelling, the art of filmmaking, and the enduring legacy of cinema. Get ready to relive some of the most unforgettable moments in movie history, and to understand why they continue to captivate us, inspire us, and stay with us long after the credits roll. Prepare to have your memories refreshed, your emotions stirred, and your appreciation for the art of film deepened. The transition from fleeting entertainment to enduring icon isn't instantaneous. It's a gradual process, often spanning decades. Consider, for example, the intricate web of influences that shapes a film's legacy, starting long before the cameras even roll. The socio-political climate, prevailing artistic trends, and even the director's personal experiences can all subtly weave their way into the fabric of a film, influencing its reception and its potential for lasting impact. In addition to these pre-production factors, the circumstances surrounding a film's release play a crucial role. A movie released during a period of significant social upheaval, for instance, might resonate more deeply with audiences than one released during calmer times. Think about how films like Easy Rider captured the counterculture movement of the late 1960s. Or how Do the Right Thing sparked conversations about race relations in the late 1980s. These films weren't just entertaining, they were reflecting and amplifying the anxieties and aspiration of their respective eras. Beyond the immediate context of a film's release, its staying power is often determined by its ability to connect with subsequent generations. This requires a certain timelessness, a quality that allows a film to transcend its original context and speak to universal human experiences. The themes of love, loss, betrayal, and redemption are all fertile ground for creating scenes that resonate across cultures and time periods. A film must also offer something new to each generation, whether it's a fresh perspective on a familiar theme or a stylistic innovation that continues to inspire filmmakers. The initial critical reception, while not always a reliable indicator of long-term success, can also significantly impact a film's trajectory. A film that is universally praised by critics is more likely to gain wider exposure and attract a larger audience. However, critical acclaim is not the only path to iconic status. Some films, initially dismissed by critics, have gone on to become cult classics, finding their audience through word of mouth and repeated viewings. The Shawshank Redemption, for instance, was a box office disappointment upon its initial release, but it gradually gained a devoted following on home video and television, eventually becoming one of the most beloved films of all time. The availability and accessibility of a film also play a vital role in shaping its legacy. In the pre-digital age, a film's distribution was largely controlled by studios, limiting its reach and potential for exposure. Today, however, streaming services and online platforms have made it easier than ever for audiences to discover and rediscover films from all eras and genres. This increased accessibility has created a more level playing field, allowing lesser-known films to find their audience and potentially achieve iconic status. Now, imagine a film that was once obscure suddenly finding a new life online. It's iconic. Scenes being shared and celebrated by a global audience. That's the power of accessibility in the digital age. Reflecting on this journey so far, it's clear that the creation of an iconic movie scene transcends mere technical proficiency. It's more akin to capturing lightning in a bottle, a confluence of artistry, circumstance, and audience resonance that elevates a moment beyond the confines of the screen. The scenes that endure aren't simply well executed, they become cultural touchstones, acting as mirrors reflecting our shared human experience back at us. Think of these scenes as seeds planted in fertile ground. The initial impact, like the sprouting of a seedling, is significant, but the true measure of their influence lies in their ability to take root and flourish over time. They become part of the cultural landscape, influencing subsequent generations of filmmakers and audiences alike. Their themes and motifs echo through other works of art, shaping our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The power of these moments lies not just in what they show, but in what they evoke. They tap into our deepest emotions, reminding us of our shared humanity, our capacity for both joy and sorrow. They offer us glimpses into different perspectives, challenging our assumptions and broadening our understanding of the human condition. These scenes stay with us because they resonate on a deeply personal level, becoming intertwined with our own memories and experiences. Drawing these strands together, we see that the iconic status of a movie scene is not a static attribute, but rather a dynamic process. It's a conversation between the filmmakers, the audience, and the culture at large, a continuous exchange of ideas and emotions that shapes and reshapes our understanding of the scene over time. Each viewing, each interpretation adds another layer of meaning, enriching its legacy and ensuring its continued relevance. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer, not as a definitive answer, but as an invitation to further exploration. We've peeled back some of the layers, examined some of the key ingredients, but the mystery remains. And perhaps that's as it should be. The magic of cinema lies in its ability to surprise, to challenge, and to move us in ways we never expected. It's a journey of discovery, a constant search for meaning and connection. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider the cumulative effect of these cinematic moments. They are more than just isolated scenes. They are threads woven into the tapestry of our collective consciousness. They shape our perceptions, influence our conversations, and even inspire our actions. They are a testament to the power of storytelling, the artistry of filmmaking, and the enduring legacy of cinema. The final question we must address is, what does this all mean for us? As viewers and as members of a shared culture, stepping back from the dissection of individual scenes, we begin to perceive something larger, a kind of cinematic ecosystem where these iconic moments act as keystone species. Their influence radiates outward, shaping not only the films that follow, but also the very language we use to describe our lives. They become shorthand for complex emotions, visual metaphors for universal experiences. Consider how often we invoke a movie reference to understand a situation, to connect with someone, or simply to lighten the mood. These scenes are not just entertainment. They are a shared cultural vocabulary. The true power of these iconic moments, then, lies not just in their artistic merit or technical brilliance, but in their ability to foster empathy and understanding. They allow us to step into the shoes of others, to experience different perspectives, and to connect with characters who may seem vastly different from ourselves. They remind us that, despite our differences, we are all fundamentally human, sharing the same joys, sorrows, fears, and aspiration. It's in these moments of shared recognition that cinema truly transcends its role as mere entertainment and becomes a powerful force for connection. Consider the legacy of these scenes not as a collection of static images, but as a living, breathing organism, constantly evolving and adapting to the changing times. Each generation brings its own unique perspective, interpreting these moments in new and unexpected ways. What was once a symbol of rebellion might become a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era. What was once a source of fear might become a source of comfort. The meaning of these scenes is not fixed, it's constantly being renegotiated, ensuring their continued relevance for years to come. The challenge for us, as viewers, is not simply to passively consume these iconic moments, but to actively engage with them, to question their meaning, and to explore their relevance to our own lives. To truly understand their power, we must move beyond the surface level and delve into the deeper themes and emotions that they evoke. We must ask ourselves, why does this scene resonate with me? What does it tell me about myself and the world around me? Ultimately, the enduring legacy of these iconic scenes is a testament to the power of storytelling. They remind us that stories have the ability to shape our perceptions, influence our actions, and connect us to one another. They remind us that, in a world that often feels fragmented and disconnected, cinema can serve as a bridge, bringing us together through shared experiences and emotions. The true practice begins now, to watch, to listen, and to feel, not just with our eyes and ears, but with our hearts and minds.